Hey, what's up everyone? I am Phil Games, and welcome to this video, where I talk about stuff. Yep, that's what's happening today. So, it's been a while since I made my Undertale playthrough public. It's been a really long time since I recorded anything. Yeah, lots happened since then. Last big announcements for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, and I would love to play that on my channel, except that here at college I don't have a Switch, or a capture card, or money to buy either one of those, so that probably won't happen anytime soon, unfortunately. What else? Deltarune! Of course, Deltarune. Yeah, that's a thing now. Totally would have made videos for that too, except that I was actually one of the people who were following closely along with that Undertale Twitter account when the stuff was happening on it before the game's release, and by the time when I downloaded, by the time I realized that it was neither a survey or a short 30-minute demo of an upcoming game, I really didn't want to start over. So, yeah. Also, shout out to Police Officer Undyne, #glitchtail, #animeisreal. I also completely changed what I want to do with this channel. I had been planning on making it just a straight up gaming channel where I do Let's Plays. I know I mentioned One Shot at the end of my Undertale playthrough, so I'm sorry if you were looking forward to that, but it's probably not going to happen, at least not anytime soon. So, I think the best model to look at for what I want to do with my channel is the YouTuber Relaxalax. Don't know if you've heard of him. You know, just making really good videos, at least eventually really good videos, like twice a month or once a week or something like that, about literally whatever I feel like, basically. Yeah, you should totally check him out, by the way, he's really good. Yeah, I could do some theories, maybe some retrospectives about some of the games I used to play as a kid, probably countdowns of some kind, just whatever random thing I feel like doing, basically. I do still... Is it my turn now? Can I come in yet? Fine! You might as well at this point.
Yay!
No, I'm giving you your own place to stand, right over there.
Oh, okay. Can they still see me?
Hold on a second. There we go.
Oh! Hi!
Look at the camera.
Oh! Hi!
Okay, introduce yourself.
Hi! Oh, I already said that. I'm Corn Popo! Now what?
Tell them something about yourself.
Oh! Well,
Me!
Owie!
No, stop! I told you not to. Seriously?
Yeah, see?
Okay, just whatever. Guys, this is LWYAM.
No!
Okay, stop that. It's hard to remember since the rest of it, besides what I said, changes every time, okay?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, you guys have had your time on camera for this video. Let me talk now.
What? That was all?
Well, you'll get to be in my next videos, okay?
Oh! Yay!
So, leave. So, yeah, those guys, they'll probably pop up in my videos pretty regularly. I mean, it's kind of hard to stop them from doing that. Corn Popo even changed my profile picture, but I don't really have any other ideas for one, so it'll probably stay like that, at least for now. Going back to the comparisons with Relaxalax, I guess, it'll be kind of like how he has his cat and the Ganondorf amiibo and she must not be named in his videos. Hopefully you guys won't see it as copying him, and if you really care that much, take it to him and see what he says. Seriously though, you should check out his channel. He works really hard on his videos and they're really good. Shut up, computer, I didn't ask you. It was Yep replying to my comment though, so that's a good thing. Anyway, as I was trying to say before, I do still want to do Let's Plays, but I think I'd want to save those for live streams. It just feels more like an actual Let's Play that way, you know, since we kind of get to do it together. The place I'd want to be with these live streams eventually is to be able to do them all on a second channel, and maybe set up a Twitch account sometime in the future and become a Smash Ultimate streamer over there. That would be literally a dream come true if I could do that someday. That would be amazing. And also, that would be a nice backup just in case Article 13 destroys all hope of ever making user-generated content on the internet. Seriously though, if you live in Europe and are somehow seeing this, I doubt you would, but talk to someone who can do something about this. Film Theory did an episode about how you can do that, and I'll put a link in the description to that, just because I really want to be able to do this, so I want something to be done about that. Yeah, anyway, for now, in terms of Let's Playing, I'll be limited only to games that I can get on PC, since I don't have any consoles here with me. Except when I'm on break, then I might be able to play the Switch if I get a capture card, and those are really expensive. Yeah, so I want to try to keep the games fairly cheap also. I think I'm going to make 2 more videos after this one, and to try to get a little bit of a bigger audience, besides people that I know like in real life, before starting my next Let's Play. And I already do have a game picked out, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be good. It's a good game. Now, one final announcement. If you watched all of my Undertale playthrough, you may remember that I did mention a long-term series of sorts that I wanted to do, and I think it's going to be something fairly unique. And I'm going to call this series Last Week You Asked Me. Yeah, super original, I know. But, like I said, I do think that what I'm planning on doing with this series is pretty original. I would like you guys to ask me some questions in the comments, and I will answer them. Pretty simple. I do want to keep it about video games, though, and I would like them to be at least mostly about lore, so like theories or clearing up things in games that can have confusing lore in them, like Undertale. So, just for fun, here's an example of the kinds of questions that I would like to answer. If somebody were to ask me how the heck Chara could be in Frisk's body in Undertale, which is honestly something that the Undertale fandom kind of just accepts as fact at this point without asking questions, this is how I would answer. So, I actually originally had this really complicated theory having to do with how Chara's soul technically helped create Azrael's body, the body whose dust spread across Asgore's garden, so then Chara's essence would have also been in the flower seeds, some of which went on to become a mark of Chara's grave in the ruins, but then I remembered something really obvious. Humans also turn to dust when they die. True, it happens a lot slower than monsters, but remember that Chara could have died a century or more before the events of Undertale, giving them plenty of time to turn into dust. Now, the second part of this theory plays into a whole separate theory, and that is that monster magic affects everything around it, namely humans. The biggest piece of evidence for this is that Flowey tells you that he had control over the timeline until Frisk fell into the underground, and not like just until Frisk was born or something. This idea would also explain how there could have been human wizards in the past, but now there are none. It was proximity with monster magic that allowed them to use magic themselves. I was also thinking of mentioning how Toriel says that whenever a human falls into the underground, she feels like she's met them before, implying that the other humans who fell underground also had control over the timeline as soon as they fell there. But that just opens a whole other can of worms, because how could Asgore have killed them, etc. Maybe a theory for another day. You know, you could just ask me in the comments. But anyway, assuming that that theory is true, then Chara would have been around monster magic for quite a while, so who's to say that his dust didn't cause his essence to live on in the flowers that were on his grave? Then, years later, Frisk falls into the underground and boom! The very first contact they have with monster magic awakens the powers of their determination, which we know can revive someone's essence into a living being. and Frisk's determination wakes Chara up as a being who is soulless, bodiless, and weak, only able to grow stronger through the EXP and love of the host, who they are now forever tied to. This would also possibly explain how Frisk is able to get through the barrier on the neutral route, as the tiniest bit of the essence of another human could very possibly equal the strength of one monster soul, as it would take the soul of nearly every monster, at least in the ancient millennium when the text in Waterfall was written, to equal the soul of even one human, basically implying that human souls are not essentially different from monster souls, they're basically just stronger versions of the same thing. It's never really explained what's meant by essence or how exactly that relates to the soul, so this could be debatable. Or, you know, Deltarune could end up explaining this in a completely different way. Who knows at this point? That's gonna mess a lot of things up, isn't it? But in a good way. So yeah, I hope you liked my first ever theory on YouTube, and I hope it gets you excited for this upcoming series, and I hope you can think of some questions and put them in the comments for me to answer, because I would really love that. It's probably not going to be like a weekly series yet, even though the name kind of implies that, since I'm not going to be getting that many comments for this foreseeable future, but I would like to make it weekly at some point. Honestly, I'll probably permit some questions that aren't specifically lore-based, since I haven't really played that many video games, so yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to do this kind of show, you know, but I'm doing it because it's fun. And anyway, since all I've uploaded so far on this channel is Undertale, and at least my next 2 videos, probably even more than that coming up, will also be Undertale related. Yeah, and yes, that includes Deltarune. I figure that most of you will be asking me a lot of Undertale questions anyway, and I do know quite a bit about the lore of that game. I also do know quite a bit about the Legend of Zelda lore, even though I've only actually played 2 games, and of those 2 I've only finished 1. Ooh, or you could ask me Glitch Tale or Underverse questions. Yeah, I know that the lore of those series can be very confusing at times, but I've actually lost count of how many times I've watched both series all the way through. So yeah, I've been able to figure most of it out. I would love to get questions on those, because I think about them a lot and they're quite good. And if you are an Undertale fan and you haven't watched either of those, just look them up on YouTube right now. just do it right now. And yes, you should start from the beginning on both of them, and also yes, both of them get so much better than at the beginning. Anyway, back to the last week you asked me, LWYAM, I guess. That doesn't have quite as nice of a flow as the other ones. But yeah, anyway, if you comment a question you would like to be answered, be sure to use the hashtag LWAYM. I don't know if I want to make that all one word or not. I'll try to decide on that in the future, or you can give your input on that. I mean, yeah, but just put that just so that it'll be easier for me to keep things organized. I know this won't matter very much right now since I won't be getting that many comments, but I figured we might as well start now just in case this does get bigger. Also, I would like you to keep questions for that series specifically on the last episode of the series, but obviously since we don't have one right now, you can put them all in the comments of this video. Again, just to keep things organized, might as well start now. Well, that's all for now. If you're already a subscriber, be sure to click on that little bell thing next to the subscribe button so that you get notified when I release videos. I know that's kind of like an annoying YouTuber thing to say, but seriously, if you don't, then based on how non-regularly I'm going to be uploading, you'll probably never get notified about videos that I post, unless you do click on that bell. And if you're not subscribed, well, and you somehow found this video, don't know how that would have happened, but the next video I'm doing is a top 10 having to do with Undertale, but not the kind of top 10 you might expect. and the one after that will be some interesting connections between Undertale and Deltarune. I know people have gone through those extensively, but I'm going to be doing it in a little bit of an interesting way that I don't think people have. I haven't seen any videos that have done it in this way yet. So, the choice is yours. And, I mean, while I'm at it, I guess I might as well mention the like button. There, I did it. I'm done now. Yeah, I'll start working on the next video as soon as I can, and I will see you guys then. Bye!